Hey y'all, Nick Palmer right here with PR Equipment. Today we're in Kearns. We've obviously got a store in Canton, Texas as well, but today we're in Kearns and I want to shoot a video on the 425 Yanmar. You may have been on our YouTube channel and seen a lot of our content. We've got a little kind of short snippet about some of the 25 series, the new upgraded series from Yanmar. You might have seen some 324, 424, 325 content. So there's a lot of content that we've done on these, but we've never done one that's just focused on the 425 tractor. And it's one of our most popular tractors, and so I thought it was probably worthwhile to do a video just focused on this tractor and what it is, especially if you're shopping and you don't know much about Yanmar, and so you're hunting for this size of tractor, and yet, like I said, you don't know much about Yanmar, you don't know anything about this series. We wanted to start from scratch and really go over what this tractor is. If you've seen some other content, you know I'm a big fan of these series of tractors. There's a lot of reasons. I love the simplicity, I love the reliability, I love the lift capacity, I love the operator station. That's probably second to none is the operator station. I'm a big fan of what that does for us, but we'll get to that in a minute. But a couple things, I personally own the 300 version of this, so the 324, right? So it's the older version and it's the 300. So really the only difference is tire size though. But I've got the 324. I do a ton with it. I actually feed my cows 4x5 round bales. A lot of people say there's no way. I can prove it. Got video evidence. I do it about 10 to 12 times a year. Don't have a lot of cows, but I've got a few. And I have a landscape rig. I've got a shredder on the back. You know, there's a lot of stuff I do. It's my primary tractor. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about this and just kind of, so we'll start from the front and work our way back. But it's got the YL210 loader. A couple things we really love about the YL210 loader, 1,199 pounds of lift capacity. In the industry, that's on par with probably some of the best, right? It's a very good lift capacity for what it is. It's got an all steel leveling rod that's really well made. So it's got this heavy duty bracket. I like the leveling rod. It's nice to be able to see kind of like say where your bucket is level and where you need to be. I think it's just a really nice setup for a loader. It's got this curved boom style loader. You're not seeing that. In fact, I don't know of really any other brand that's using that, but this curved boom style loader allows you to kind of set up in the seat and gives you really good clearance because it kind of contours the hood as opposed to maybe a square frame loader that goes up like this and you kind of lose a little bit of that sight. It does utilize a Yanmar quick attach, right? So it's kind of got its own proprietary quick attach. I really like. It's simple and doesn't take up a lot of lift capacity, and that's important. But you've got a couple hooks. We call this the mini Euro. If you're ever around bigger tractors, you're gonna see the Euro used a lot. It's more or less the same design. It's got hooks, extremely easy to hook up. We've got a full set of attachments. If you're looking for something else, you're like, hey, I want a set of pallet forks for this thing. Where am I gonna get those? No problem, got those all day long. I use my pallet forks to move my hay as well. But if a hay spear was something you're wanting, I'm sure we can get that taken care of, but we do a lot of grapples on these tractors. There's a lot we do. And I personally, we have conversions and we've converted a lot of these to skid steer, but I've never converted my own tractor because I actually really like this attachment. And it is so easy to hook up. It's just second to none. Kind of moving back, all these tractors are gonna be 4-wheel drive. We don't make this tractor in a 2-wheel drive. You wouldn't want it. But this is obviously a 4-wheel drive tractor. But it's just got a real heavy front axle. And you need that because we got 1,200 pounds of lift, right? So we've got a nice heavy front axle that gets great turning radius. Like it turns on a dime almost. Just really nice for that purpose. Kind of from there, talking about the hood, it's a single piece hood that lifts all the way up and out of the way. You've got the ability to, you got a clean out screen here. You got your battery, super easy access to your battery because eventually you're gonna have to charge, you're gonna have to jump start it, or you're gonna I jump start my side-by-side with it because I'm too cheap to buy a battery. So I actually do a lot of jump starting with my tractor, so it's nice to have it right there. But your coolant, super easy to access that. Your air filter's right here. There's just a lot to really like about it. So kind of moving back from that, Yanmar's really well known for their engines, and so this has got a Yanmar 3-cylinder diesel engine. One of the things that's nice about these 25 horsepower tractors, they're just good old-fashioned inline injection pump diesel engines like the good old days. There's not any electronics on it. There's nothing like that. So it's very simple, right? And simple means reliable. It's just you can't beat the Yanmar diesel engine. And I think if you talk to anybody, you'll see these engines are used in almost every John Deere tractor under 66 horsepower. These engines are used in excavators, John Deere excavators. Obviously, tons of brands of tractors utilize these Yanmar motors because they are world-renowned for their reliability. And that's really how Yanmar built themselves, is really jumping into the compact diesel engines. But super easy to access all these things. Sometimes when you get into these smaller tractors, things get compact, things get tight, and it's kind of hard to kind of get in there and work on stuff. But with the Yanmar motor and with this single-piece hood that gets up and out of the way, it's really easy to work on. Don't forget, we're doing LED headlights. So currently they come from the factory. They are not LED, they're halogen headlights. You buy it from us, mention you've seen this video. We're gonna throw these LED headlights on and we're gonna get those to you at no charge to you. We like to do that. It dramatically increases the light. So definitely something to check out. So as we move back, let's talk about transmission since we're on the drive line. This is a 2-range, 2-end pedal hydrostat. So you've probably seen a lot of Kubota tractors, even some of our Massey tractors are going to utilize a treadle pedal, single pedal. It's not a bad way to do things. But I'm a big fan of this twin pedal system. And it's got these rubber cushions on there. It's just a very nice way to do the transmission. It is a hydrostat, so anybody can jump on this and drive. It doesn't matter if you've never been on a tractor before. Literally, you can learn this in 2 minutes. Just jump on there, forward and reverse. Simple as that. You put her in low range. We've actually done some tests. Go back on our YouTube channel. You can actually see we test how hard these things will pull. So we know how hard these things will pull and, like I say, what you can expect to get. But it's pretty impressive what these things can just deadlift pull. So as we're moving back, we're talking about just the controls in the operator station. I'm going to actually come around the other side here and hop up on it. This is my favorite thing to do with a customer, though. Hop on this tractor, get in the seat, check out all the controls, and tell me this isn't the most comfortable tractor in this class. It's a very well thought out design. The seat's extremely cushy. You've got lots of cushion. You've even got some spring suspension back there. But all the controls are just really well thought out. And so you've got your controls for your loader right here. You've got your pedals. Just they're well placed there, and of course you can slide the seat forward or back. You've got some adjustment there, but the steering wheel, great position. You've got good room to get on and off. Everything's just ergonomic and well thought out. I'm a huge fan. I believe it's the most premium, comfortable setup that you're going to find on those kind of that larger 25 horsepower class tractor. So this is still considered a subcompact tractor, but this is the larger series in that subcompact tractor range. And I really think that, like I say, you will not find a more comfortable tractor. Now, a couple things here. Throttle, everything is color-coded. So anything that's orange has to do with driving the tractor, right? So you've got your throttle, you've got your 2-range hydrostat over here, you've got your park brake lever, all that's going to be orange. Even your 4-wheel drive, your selectable 4-wheel drive, that lever is there right there as well. And don't forget differential lock. That's going to come standard on these tractors. That's a pretty nice feature. If you're in muddy conditions, sandy conditions, anything like that, having that differential lock is a pretty big deal. Kind of moving on from there, anything yellow has to do with PTO. So it comes standard with a mid-mount PTO. If you want to add a belly mower to this, you've already got that PTO. If you want to add a broom, or heaven forbid you live in the cold area and you're going to have that snow and you want to put a front-mounted snow blower on there, we absolutely can do that. But it is an electric engagement of the PTO. You don't find that on all tractors in this classification, but we've got it right here. So we've got that right there. But you can also switch between both PTOs and just the rear PTO. So really nice. Lights, we got the headlights, we've got the hazard lights, we've got kind of all the lights you really need. Once you switch over those to LEDs, it's a pretty bright situation. The other thing is accessories with these things, and we're good at this as far as accessorizing these tractors. You've got all sorts of accessories that we can get. We can get rear remotes, hydraulic top links. We can put work lights, canopies, front lights, deluxe grill guards. There's a third function kits. That's getting to be really popular on this tractor, is to do the YL210 third function kit. We have 2 different options. We can put you a live third on there. It's an aftermarket kit, or we can just put the Yanmar kit. Honestly, on this tractor, I think my preference is probably the Yanmar kit, but they're both really good, just depending on what you're trying to do with it. And we are really picky about how they look when they're done. You know, who you have install your third function kit and these accessories matter, because do they care about what the fit and finish looks like at the end? And that matters, and we do, and we are actually really good at it. A couple things as we move back to the back. We use an external cylinder for the 3-point. I like that because if you ever have a leak or anything, it's really easy to access and you can service that. Obviously a Cat 1 hookup, great thing to throw a quick hitch on. My favorite way is get the remotes, throw a hydraulic top link, throw a quick hitch on there. Really an awesome setup. But one other thing I want to point out is it's a cast iron rear end. Don't take that for granted. Not everybody in the industry is using cast iron in their rear axles. But look how heavy it is for a 25 horsepower tractor. And technically it's 23.9 or 24 horsepower, but how heavy these differentials are and how heavy those axles are. So it's a solid axle. It's probably 2.5 inches. I'm not measuring it, so don't quote me on that. But it's a very heavy drivetrain in the rear axle. I really think, like I say, you've got a heavy duty rear axle, and not just that, but it puts the weight in the back. I like the weight distribution here. It's always good to add a little bit of weight. That just increases that stability, makes it a little bit safer. We're actually a rim guard dealer. We can throw rim guard in there. On the 425, you can actually add iron weights if you want. We keep those in stock typically, but you can get more weight in the tires than you can on the rims. But it's good to think about. One other thing, this drawbar. So one thing, and Deere is notorious for this, not including the drawbar, right? And I get it. Actually, it's a brand new tractor, but they put it in backwards. Isn't that funny? We just found a problem from the factory. They put the drawbar in backwards. We just fixed it. Easy peasy. But this doesn't always come on tractors these days, and it's a very heavy drawbar. So some of your John Deeres and stuff, they kind of start cutting some of that stuff out, trying to save a little money. You know, I get it. It's a thing that not everybody uses because a lot of people use the 3-point. But they want to charge you a little extra for that. That's not going to happen here with the Yanmar, so something to definitely keep in mind. But big picture, and one other thing, I guess we got to come over to this side. One other thing to keep in mind that you've got to mention is Yanmar's 10-year powertrain warranty. Second to none in the industry. Nobody else is doing 10-year warranty. I can get it to you on, we can do an extended warranty to get you to 10 years, but Yanmar's going to put that on straight from the factory. I'm a huge fan of how they stand behind their products. I think it's just a testament to how they build these tractors and what they expect in terms of reliability. They put a warranty behind it and they stand behind it. That's one thing you won't always find with every manufacturer. Here at PR Equipment, we try to align ourselves with manufacturers that truly stand behind their product and don't nitpick and find ways in and out of weaseling out of a warranty claim or something like that, trying to put it on a customer. They stand behind their product. So if it's a product issue, they're going to take care of it. So guys, gals, if you're out there looking for a tractor in this classification, just check one out, right? So maybe this isn't the tractor you buy. Maybe you go with one of our Massey products. Maybe you go with a different brand. But take the time to come look at these tractors, to set on one. And like I say, I think in terms of price and what you get for that money, I don't think you can beat this. So y'all, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, or swing by one of our locations. We're up in Canton, just north of Interstate 20 on Highway 64 in Canton. Here in Kearns, we're on Highway 31 here in Kearns. You can call us, you can text us. We've got a billion ways to get a hold of us. If you've got any questions, check out all my other videos. Thank you all for watching.